Hello, everyone. Welcome to our today's Kcse session. And I would want us to do basically two questions which came last year. Last year's Kcse maths paper was quite a simple paper. It's a paper that most of the students whom I was teaching online got an A, B plus, A minus. Now, for us to be able to understand exactly what we are talking about, I would want us to, first of all, build an audience online. Let's get good numbers online by sharing. Whatever we are doing here, this particular video here, I would want you to share it on your timeline. Take a few minutes and please share it before I start doing this particular paper. So we are sharing online before I start doing that paper myself. I am not seeing you sharing. Kindly share. Okay, so there we are, but still I haven't seen a very good audience. This is something that is really helpful to all those brothers, sisters of ours who are planning to do Form 4 in the coming year, or rather in this year, end of this year. And I would want us straight away to get started by looking at this question number 18. Question number 18 of Maths Paper 2. Maths Paper 2, question number 18. They're telling us Mbaka bought some plots. Mbaka bought some plots at Kenya shillings 400,000 each. The value of each plot appreciated at the rate of 10% per annum. So they want us to calculate the value of a plot after 2 years. After some time t, the value of a plot was Kenya shillings 558,400. Then they want us to find the t to the nearest month, 4 marks. So, ladies and gentlemen, the key word is here. Mbaka bought some plots at Kenya shillings 400,000. The value of each plot appreciated at the rate of 10% per annum, meaning that we are talking of compound interest, compound appreciation. And if it's compound appreciation, then, ladies and gentlemen, the amount here should be equal to the principal into 1 plus the rate of growth raised to power n. Principal, in this case here, principal will be the value of the land today, 400,000. And then we have R. R is the rate of growth, which is 10% per annum. And then we have n, which is 2 years. So amount will be equal to principal, which is 400,000 into 1 plus r of 0.1 raised to n of 2 years, raised to n of 2 years. So ladies and gentlemen, a good student in Kcse, you don't waste time with logarithms here or whatever way. Simply get out your calculator and punch it this way. We have here 400,000 times 1.1 raised to power 2, which will end up giving us 484,000. 484,000, that is the value of each plot after 2 years. After 2 years. So the capital gain is 84,000. 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 Now, I want to go to part 2 of this question, but before I go, don't forget that these free classes are coming to you from AfriSchool. AfriSchool is an online school. It's an e-learning system which teaches students from wherever they are, from their homes, offices, very comfortably. So what we have done is to create very many videos, for example, of mathematics, and we've been able to put them in our website. Once you pay us just Kenya shillings 3,500, we shall be able to give you access to our pre-recorded videos, which you'll be able to download and watch them from wherever you are without any internet connectivity. So once you join AfriSchool, ladies and gentlemen, you will really benefit out of so many things. And of course, the biggest benefit that you always get is the expertise. The kind of lecturer that we have around here, the kind of teacher that we have around here are highly experienced. I teach mathematics, and you can see, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm so good, but the exposure that I have is so good. It will automatically give you an A straight away in your exam. So once you pay us, we shall be able to give you all our what-year videos like that. So number 2, they want us to give them, after some time t, the value of a plot was 558,400. Find t to the nearest what year? Month. To the nearest month. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have? The formula is quite clear. It's amount equals principal into 1 plus r raised to n. So in that case here, our amount, this time around, they have given us the total value after appreciation is 558,400, which will be equal to the principal. Principal is known. The purchase price was 400,000 into 1 plus the rate of appreciation is 0.1. What they don't know is n. N is what they do not know. N is what they don't know. So in this case here, then this comes to 558,400 equals 400,000 multiplied by 1.1 raised to power n. So come and divide by 400,000 both sides. If you divide by 400,000 both sides, this and this will go. So 1.1 raised to power n will be equal to what? This will be 558,400 divided by 400,000, which will end up giving us 1.396. 1.396. So our aim is to make n the subject of the formula. Make n the subject of the formula. There is a student some time back who told me, Mwalimu, that is quite easy. What you do, come and divide by 1.1 both sides. That can't apply. If we divide by 1.1, will you leave this n hanging? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to do something small here. What is logarithm of 25? Using your calculator, those things of telling us mantissa characteristic, those are no longer with us. So using your calculator, logarithm of 25, this will give us 1.3979. How about logarithm of 5? You know, 25 is the same as 5 squared. Logarithm of 5 squared will give us the same thing, 1.3979. Now, remember the third law of logarithms. If you bring this down, we'll talk of 2 log 5. So 2 times a logarithm 5. 2 times logarithm 5, you can see again, we are getting the same. So in this case here, I want to borrow this concept and introduce logarithms to both sides here, so that this n now can be dropped down using the third law of logarithm. This will be n logarithm 1.1 equals logarithm 1.396. I hope you great students are able to follow. If you have any question, please drop your questions as comments. Drop your questions there as comments and we shall be able to respond. We shall be able to respond. Drop them there. Just write a question, a compliment, a complaint. The moment you do that, we'll be able to reach out to you. But the most important thing, ensure that by the end of this class, you decide to join us. Decide to be an online student of AfriSchool. Decide to be an online student of AfriSchool. And you can do that either by calling us. You can see our number up there, 0700-220-221, or you feel there is a link up there on top. If you touch on that link, you'll be taken to some form. If you register with us using that form, for sure, we'll be able to get back to you, and I'm so sure that we shall be able to connect. The biggest advantage of you connecting with us, I told you, is the caliber of lecturers that we have at every school. I mean, our dedication is unparalleled. Our experience are unparalleled. Right? So come here. So where are we? We are talking of n logarithm 1.1, n logarithm 1.1, n logarithm of 1.1 equals logarithm of 1.396. So now I can make n the subject of the formula very easily. It will be log 1.396 all over log 1.1. So logarithm of 1.396 divided by logarithm of 1.1, which at the end of the day will give us 3.50. 3.50 years. If I want, I can come and talk over 0.5 over a year. This is the same as 6 months, because a whole year has got 12 months. So then this will be 3 years. And how many months? 6 months, like that. That is the answer to that question. So you can see it is a straightforward question. It's a straightforward question. There is a student here, a good student, who is asking us, how much will this concept here cost? How much will these classes here cost? One subject will cost you, ladies and gentlemen, one subject will cost you, ladies and gentlemen, 3,500. And once you pay the 3,500, we shall give you videos, all videos capturing all the syllabus. So I hope I've answered your question. Joy Malakal wants us to repeat part B. Let me repeat that part B. So because of Joy Malakal, who wants us to repeat part B, we just have to do that. So for part B, after some time, we are told, after some time t, the value of the plot was what? 558,400, 558,400. And then they want us to find the t to the nearest what year? Month, to the nearest month. So remember, this time around, they have given us the total amount after appreciation. So the total amount after appreciation is 558,400. And remember our principal amount. Our principal amount was what year? 400,000. Our principal amount was 400,000. Still, our rate of growth is 10%. 10% is the same as 0.1. So what they want us to give them is n. So how do we get n? We know the connecting formula. Amount is principal into 1 plus r raised to power n. Amount is principal into 1 plus r raised to power n. So the amount here is 558. 558,400 equals the principal into 1 plus 0.1 raised to power n that we do not know. So then this ends up at 558,400 equals 400,000 multiplied by 1.1 raised to n. So I would want in this case, ladies and gentlemen, I would want here to be left with this to make n the subject. So come and divide by 400,000, divide by 400,000. So if I do that, I'll be able to get here 1.1 n equals 558. So we have here 558, 400 divided by 400,000, divided by 400,000, which gives us 1.396. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember at the end of the day, what do we want? We want to have this n being the subject of the formula. There is no any other way that I can make this n the subject of the formula other than introducing the logs, right? And I gave you a very good example. If you have a number like 64 and you want to get its log of 64, log of 64, logarithm of 64. Logarithm of 64 is 1.806. How about logarithm over 8 squared? Because 64 is the same as 8 squared. So if you press here log, I hope you are doing this together. If you press here log of 8 squared, you will end up getting the same, 1.806. And using the third law of logarithms, you can have these two coming here. You drop it down. If you talk of 2 log 8, look at this. You'll end up getting the same 1 point. So what we shall do is to come and introduce logs here. So we are talking of log of 1.1n equals log of 1.396. And because of the third rule, we can bring this here. So come and bring it there. So if you bring it there, what do we have here, somebody? Yes. I hope, Joe, you are able to follow. I hope you are able to follow. It would be bad if I could again move with a very high speed, leaving you behind. That would be very bad. Very bad of us. That would be very bad. Okay. So now here we are. So come and drop n down. So because of the third law, so we have n, logarithm of 1.1 equals logarithm of 1.396. Therefore, n will be logarithm of 1.396 all over log of what here, 1.1. So then at the end of the day, talk over logarithm. Let me amplify this. So we have here logarithm here of 1.396 divided by logarithm of 1.1. You see now the importance of these online classes. You are able to see even how Mwalimu punches the calculator. I'm so sure this is not something you have ever seen your teachers doing in school. Yeah, you'll get teachers in this case here pressing a few figures here and there, they write a figure down. But here, you are able to see everything that I do, even in my calculator. Yeah, so it's a very transparent model of learning, very transparent, which gives me 3.5 what year years. But the question spoke of what year months. So these are okay, 3 years. How about 0.5? 0.5 over a year is the same as what year? So 0.5 over a year is the same as 0.5 times 12 months. Those are 6 months. So you're saying that for this particular land to appreciate to this value, we are looking at how many months? 3 years. And how many months? 6 months. So Joyce, have I been able to answer your question? Joyce, have I been able to answer your question? Okay. So Joyce has not yet responded. That's why I want to imagine that she's now comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you can write as a message, direct messages, or even get to us through our phone numbers like 0700-220-221, 0700-220-221. Once you reach out to us, we shall be able to do this question in a very, very easy way. And of course, given that now it will be personalized, the speed will be very low. Now, this question has got a part C. The question has got a part C, but you see now I can't do all the questions. I can't do all the questions for you here. If I do that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we will not be able to earn any revenues. We need to leave some things hanging for you to pay for these videos. Quite greedy on us? No. You can see we're giving you 2 questions out of 3. We're giving you 2 for free. Who else does that? Now, the other thing that I would want us, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, to do is this. In the morning, I taught you a very important concept called trigonometry. Trigonometry. So I would want to recap a little bit on this trigonometry, on the trigonometry. I would want to recap a little bit on trigonometry. Trigonometry, I would want us to look at trigonometry. Within just 5 minutes, we should be over with this concept. But before I introduce it, why don't we hit our share buttons? Starting from myself, let's hit our share buttons. Let's share. We are sharing now on a very serious note. Dixon Nyarangi, I love what you are doing, sir. Thank you very much. I can recall you very well. Thank you for your online support. Please share this video on your timeline. Share that video on your timeline. That is the only way you can assist myself here. Joy Malakal, now she's saying, I've understood, sir. Thanks a lot. You're most welcome. Joy, now for you to pay back, you need to share this video on your timeline. Share the video on your timeline. Now, when we talk of trigonometry, ladies and gentlemen, we said in the morning, there are 2 things that you must remember very well. Number 1, trigonometry is about triangles, metrics of triangles. And to be very specific, what we call right angle triangle. Right angle, the one with 90 degrees here. And remember now here we have what we call the hypotenuse, the longest. The longest is the hypotenuse. We have, if this is theta, our angle theta, we have the adjacent here. And then of course now we have the opposite side. The thing that you need to remember very well, ladies and gentlemen, on trigonometry, if you want to get all the trigonometry questions very well, you have to remember the famous SOHCAHTOA. If you can't remember the famous SOHCAHTOA, then most likely you'll not be able to get that question correctly. So SOHCAHTOA is important. That sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. This is sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. We have cosine theta equals adjacent. A stands for adjacent, all over hypotenuse. We have TOR tan theta. Tan theta equals opposite over what here? Adjacent. That is a key thing that you must always remember. And I've done so many videos and I put them in our website regarding this SOHCAHTOA. And then number 2, you must remember our cardinal rule. The cardinal rule which says sine squared theta plus cosine theta squared is always equal to 1. This is a cardinal rule. I can't go to any exam, Kcse exam, without really mastering this. This is very important. And then never forget the concept of, ladies and gentlemen, the concept of tan theta. The tan theta equals sine theta all over cosine theta. Cosine theta. So I would want us to look at our example, the last example for the day. And I'm not seeing you guys tagging your friends. The last example for the day. Don't be the only one who is going to benefit out of this. So they have given us sine theta equals a third. And then they're telling us to find without using tables. Without using tables, you find A, cosine squared theta, and then B, tan theta squared, tan theta squared, tan theta squared, tan theta squared. So if you get this kind of a question, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that you're supposed to do is to come and draw a rectangle. Of course, we have our theta here. We have, in this case here, ladies and gentlemen, we have our right angle here. This is our adjacent touching the theta sign, the theta angle, and this is the opposite the theta angle. And then we have, in this case here, what we are calling the hypotenuse. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to expand on, this is the last thing that I'm doing for today, and then I go to sleep. I obey the curfew thing. I would want to sleep today very early. So, but how do I go to sleep, honestly? And you guys have not shared, you have not even spoken to any of your friends about every school, online classes, about every school, online classes. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Very good. Now, remember it is SOHCAHTOA. So here, because of sine theta, which they have given us, I would want us to use the SO. So this is sine theta equals opposite all over hypotenuse. So meaning that because they have told us that sine theta is a third, the opposite here will be 1. The opposite will be 1. And then the hypotenuse will be 3. So now our work will be to find the adjacent. How do we find this? Given that this is a right angle, I will use the Pythagoras Theorem. I'll use Pythagoras Theorem. Pythagoras Theorem, ladies and gentlemen, says that a squared plus b squared should be equal to c what here? C squared. So remember, c is the hypotenuse. So the opposite here, this a, is 1. So 1 squared plus the adjacent that we don't know. Adjacent squared should be equal to 3 squared, which is 9. Meaning that our adjacent side will be equal to 9 minus 1 squared is 1. So adjacent squared. Meaning that our adjacent side will be equal to the square root of what? Because it's adjacent squared equals 8. So in this case here, this adjacent equals root what here, somebody? Root 8. So I've been able to show you how to apply the Pythagoras theorem. Again, don't go to any exam if you don't know Pythagoras theorem. These are key concepts in mathematics. It's a key concept. You know, there are concepts which you must always know, not unless you're another one. How do you go to an exam, for example, and you know for sure that trigonometry will be in your exams without knowing like the cardinal rule over trigonometry, without knowing this Pythagoras? I mean, there are things that you need to know. But fortunately, we have a lot of time to your exams. We have so many months in between here. If you get a good tutor, if you get a good platform like AfriSchool, trust you me, things will change. Tables will change from upside down to their good standing. Good standing means what? You getting an A. You getting an A. But remember, there is a condition. You must get, in this case here, a good what here? A good tutor. You must get a good tutor. There are tutors in this case that you get who may even take you where? You don't think that you're very good, but you see, everything is all about what here? Exposure. It's about experience. Given the number of universities that I've taught this mathematics, given the course I've done, for example, having done structural engineering, civil engineering, I mean, this is a walk in the park. If you connect with me, apart from this mathematics straight away, there is the element of what your mentorship, given the many courses that I've done, right? So come back here. They want us in this case here to give them the cosine theta what here? Squared. Cosine theta squared. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen and listen to me very well. Which model am I using? We are using the SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA is the model that you're using. Now that they want us to give them cosine, so I'll come and give them using this. We know that cosine theta equals from these, its adjacent divided by what here? Hypotenuse. hypotenuse. So my cosine theta now from our rectangle that we have, do we have adjacent? Oh, yes, it is root of 8. Do we have the hypotenuse? Oh, yes, it is what here? 3. And because they want us to give them cosine theta squared, what we shall do is to come and square this side, the whole of it. So if you square root 8, you'll end up getting 8. So 8 divided by what here? 3 squared is 9. So 8 over 9, that is it. You're at home. You're at home. Now, ladies and gentlemen, good students ask questions. I know you guys are very good, but I can't understand why you're not asking questions. Please ask any question. We'll be able, in this case here, to give you an answer. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Don't fear to ask questions. The more the questions you ask, the better for everyone. The better for everyone. The better for everyone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the last one, they want us to give them the tan theta squared. So tan theta squared, tan theta squared, tan theta squared. First of all, tan, remember the model is soccer, just like football, and then you don't even score. It's Sokatoa. The model is Sokatoa, like that. Now, because of tan theta, now we are making use of this toa. So our tan theta will be equal to the opposite all over the adjacent, adjacent, opposite all over adjacent. Now from this, the opposite of this theta has got 1. The adjacent has got root what here? 8. But you see, this is tan theta. And the examiner wants us to give them tan theta squared. So what I need to do is to come and square both sides. So 1 squared gives me 1 all over root 8 squared in this case here, which gives us what here? 8, which gives us 8, which gives us 8. Any question now you want to sign off? Any question? Any question? Don't forget that all these good stuff are coming to you from Afri School. From Afri School. Afri School is a powerhouse, a pioneer of online learning in Kenya. So being pioneers of online learning in Kenya, we must have learned, of course, through mistakes. We must have done 1,001 mistakes, but now out of that, given our curiosity of perfection, we have perfected the art. For instance, you'll never get like our videos hanging. Those are things we've been able to get away from. You'll never, for example, find a scenario where our videos, for example, keep on like others tell us that there are videos which disappear. No, no, no. Ours straightforward. Once you pay, you'll only come to us once you finish a section and then you want to go to the next section. Ladies and gentlemen, what have we learned today under trigonometry? Under trigonometry, as we crown, we've learned about the cardinal rule of sine theta squared plus cosine theta squared being equal to 1. Somebody has also taught us about Sokatoa. Sokatoa like that. Very, very important. So I would want to close this. My name is Dr. Joshua Aura. Dr. Joshua Aura has published very many books. We have published books. If you go to any bookshop in Kenya and they get books branded RCM, RCM for CPA, you'll be able to see our names there. And these are books once you clear your high school, which you need to use for your accounts. And now that we have gone full throttle to teach Kcse students, we are soon coming up with a Kcse revision book, a Kcse revision book, which will be quite organized and easy to follow, So as we wind up, we have Afri School. Afri School, each paper, first of all, Afri School, our number is 07 07 00 220 221. Mathematics Kcse, which I happen to be the teacher, we shall sell to you these mathematics Kcse classes for Kenya shillings 3,500. All of them, 3,500, all of them. Very good. And once you pay the 3,500, we shall give you access to all our pre-recorded videos, videos, which you'll be able to download and access them from wherever you are without internet connectivity. We shall also give you the live classes, and on top of these, we shall give you notes. We shall give you notes, which you normally call the smart notes. It has been a pleasure being your host this afternoon. I've really enjoyed your presence, and I expect you guys to make AfriSchool a brand name in Africa and beyond, And the only way of doing that is hitting your share button to your timeline, and then you share to the various groups. And if you love us most, please tag your friends. All those friends of yours who are going to be doing Kcse this time around, tag them, tag their parents, talk to them about AfriSchool. God bless you. Let's stay safe. There is life beyond this corona. We will be alive. Thank you.